Everybody, welcome to live sessions. I got my Zelda shirt on, which those of you who don't know, it's a video game that's been out since the 80s. They have a whole series of it. So that's what this is. What I wanted to talk to you today about is the secrets to pulling amazing testimonials no matter what product or industry. And the reason I'm doing this is A, I've had to experience a couple people doing testimonials this week. B, a lot of people don't know how to capture testimonials very well. C, they don't know how to give a testimonial very well. And D, this topic is greatly confused. And so I've been doing this for a long time now. I would say I've probably captured and recorded well over 500, close to 1,000 testimonials. And so I've mastered this art greater than probably anybody else that I know. And so that's why I'm going to make some content and put this on a blog. Let's get to the content though here. That's enough of the intro right there. When doing a testimonial, a lot of times the person who's giving the testimony has the desire inside of them to use language that only they are familiar with. So if they used a product, service, or they were in a program or a school or something, they are going to use words that only people that go through that program will be familiar with, meaning there's an immediate disconnect with the marketplace as a whole by the words that they use. They will use specific words that are not common knowledge to people. So that's the first step. The other step is they will go on and on and on about a tangent about how they woke up this morning and the bread was on the oven, and then when they left the house, they remembered that they were supposed to give a testimony, and they walked down the street, and then their best friend spoke to them, and then they realized the breakthrough that they got from the program. Listen, nobody cares about that first part. That was important to you, and that's how you got there. And you're not going to say this to somebody. Nobody cares about that. Because there's two sides to this, giving a testimony and B, directing people to give testimonies, okay? And so in the process of directing people to give testimonies, you have to learn how to direct and pull out of people the best possible way to frame your product, service, or industry. And so people start and they ramble and they ramble and they ramble and they ramble and ramble and they go off a tangent that has nothing to do with the product or service that they're telling people about. Literally, nobody cares that you had an orange bubble gum before you decided to join this university. Okay, that's an extreme example of this scenario. Nobody cares that you had a lack of sleep that night and you were tired, but you were able to get over it. The other thing is this: people want to know what kind of transformation is possible for themselves. The entire purpose of a good testimony is to cast vision and belief to other people. And so when they see another person saying, I went from here and now I'm here, they believe that it's possible for them. So here's the format for a testimonial. A lot of times somebody will share, and you can write this down and watch this over and over again. They will share what they got out of it. So for instance, I learned and I discovered how to be a good computer programmer. Okay, that's great, but there's a lot that doesn't make you unique. So a unique testimonial is this. I'm going to use that computer programming as an example. And then we can also use essential oils as well. Let's do that, for example. So before I came through XYZ program, I was struggling with the thought of programming on a computer. And they made it very easy for me. Within 6 months, I was able to make my first app, and multiple job applications are coming in. I highly recommend you enroll in XYZ Corporation. You won't regret it. That's a good testimony. Less than a minute that shows where I was before, the benefit, and how I transformed, and then you need to do it as well. So start with, hi, I'm so-and-so, who, what, I enrolled in the program, who, what, why, and how. Hi, I'm so-and-so, what it is. Before, and this is where a testimony is different. You do before I started with XYZ company, I was struggling to accelerate my growth and learning. Or for instance, I was struggling with fear, worry, self-doubt, depression, whatever. These are examples of what are things that people struggle with. So you want to first identify the pain points that your customer had that's giving the testimonial that could be relative to your future potential customer that will be watching the testimonial. And so when somebody is about to possibly be a customer, they have these pain points. They can relate to people that have similar stories to them. So start with that story and then say, after coming to or doing X or buying X or eating X, whatever that is, I no longer struggle with fear. I'm confident I can walk out and talk to strangers. Let's say you're doing a dating program. I was confident talking to women and getting a date. Let's say you're doing essential oils. I was no longer worried about what I was putting, into my body and was in my home for my family, the safety of that product. Let's say it's a university. I didn't know how to do X, or there was a transformation that happened. You have to direct people down that process. And so, for instance, hi, my name is, before I started with product, service, idea, industry, after coming to, or after buying, or after eating, or consuming, or using, that's going to change depending on the industry. And those little key lines are going to change. XYZ happened, and now I am. So it's just before and then after. And then if you're even thinking about coming to or doing, let's say it's an event, if you're even thinking about it, don't wait, sign up, call to action, click the link, register, whatever. And so it's your job to direct that. And so here's how I usually do it with somebody when I'm directing them. So-and-so, I will say, let's flip the script, and you're directing somebody. Tell me your name and tell me what happened since coming to XYZ conference. Or so-and-so, what happened since using XYZ essential oil, or since enrolling in XYZ school, or whatever that is. Okay, this is different for everybody. That's why I said this is for every industry, but you can apply that template into that. And so then they're usually going to ramble. The first one is going to ramble. They're going to tell you, well, I really learned how to do this and I learned how to do that. Those are the kind of no one really cares about that, but you're looking for key points that are hints of transformation in their life of where they were before and where they want to be. So then you say, tell me this. Where were you before you came here? How were you at doing? And you repeat back to them what they said. How was the thought of programming a computer? What did you deal with before coming through this? They're going to give you what they learned, but then you're going to say, what was your life like before you learned that? And why did you come through this? Why did you buy this product? Why did you consume it? Why did you change from toxic chemicals to essential oils? You see where I'm going with this? So then they're going to literally tell you that part of it. And then you're going to say, and how has your life changed after that? So, and here's what I would do when you're recording, literally stop them. If you're recording a testimonial, and have them answer these questions. You can edit it later and you can put it together later. Or at the end of it, you can tell them, you'll piece it together in your mind, the points. If you can remember it, you'll write it down, and then you'll start to craft a testimonial for them and say, okay, repeat it back to me and say, hi, my name is, before coming to, after coming to, now. If you're even thinking of coming, and you end it with this, what would you say to somebody who is thinking of buying that product? What would you say to somebody who is thinking of enrolling in this program? What would you say to somebody who is thinking of coming to this university or conference, transforming their life? And that's where the call to action is. And then you piece it all together. You'll either edit the video, you'll either edit it as a video, you'll transcribe it and edit together what they said. So you can actually take a long dragged on testimonial and edit it as a written format by putting those key points together, because those are quotes and words that they said. So you're able to put it together. Or if you can really do this is kind of the ultra level of it. The ultra level is if you can write down what they said, the key pain points, the transformation, and the call to action, then literally give them a script verbally. Tell them what you want them to say, and then record them saying it. They might usually get it wrong the first time. Record them again, and that's how you can get perfectly crafted testimonials for any industry or product if you use this formula and use this template. I'm going to dive into this more because this is more than just a 10-minute talk. I only got 10 minutes here. I got to go. We'll talk soon. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook for more stuff like this. Have a good one, everybody.